let's start this. Say in your mind something you absolutely love. Like, I love pizza. I love ice cream. I love sunshine. So just like find one of these. What is something juicy that you love? I love sex. I love naps. I love whatever it is. So let's find one and just recognize and observe the feeling when you say, I love ice cream or whatever it is for you. I love it. Right? There's this declaration of loving it. And you're like, yes, I absolutely love dinner and wine. I absolutely love a good nap. And usually we like say, I love this, and it's just a period, right? We don't really say anything after. We don't really justify it. We don't really like feel like we need to explain the certain context. We can just like pretty much flat out be like, I love pizza and beer, right? Like we just say it. So I want you to just firm up and be aware of the purity of that statement. I love blank. So now let's bring the essence of that energy. Let me just ask, have you all brewed up some energy? Do you all have this crisp feeling of I like something? No apologies, no explanations, no justifications. It's just like, yeah, I love pizza. Anybody not have that? You all love something? Juicy nap, smoothie, milkshake, something like that? Okay. So take the essence of that energy, right? The energy's right here, it's right in your body, and bring that into the statement, I love money, right? Your brain might want to fight you a little bit. Your brain might want to say something, add some addendums, but just observe the brain is just doing some patterning work. And let's just connect the feeling of I love pizza. And in that really pure, direct way, bring it into money. I love money. I love money. I love money. No explanations, no justifications. It's just, I love money. I love money.
What if you actually
I,
love money? That actually helps too.
yeah. A lot of people would probably be like, yeah, I love money, but then the energy of their current problem is going to take over and want to say, but da 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 da, but da 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 da. So all of those buts is just the current energy momentum. It's kind of like, do you guys remember in your initial phone call how we dug into the pain of the situation you were in? Like, hey, what's going wrong? What do you need to change? Right? And we talked about it. And then afterwards, we're like, all right, well, let's talk about what you want. If you had a magic wand and a year from now you're absolutely crushing it, like what would life look like? At least 75% of people during the part of the exercise where you are talking about what a nice, juicy life looks like starts going back into what they don't like. And then we usually bitch slap them around. I say we, me, Cheyenne, Amanda, whoever, right? We say, hey, you're doing this thing. I'm trying to just talk. All I'm trying to do is ask you, like, what a juicy life looks like. And your energy's pulling us back and you're trying to tell me why it's not good right now. And people are like, oh, okay, sorry, thanks. And it's like, all I'm asking is if you're fucking crushing it a year from now, what does your day look like? So generally, if we're practicing any sort of pull that you can feel your brain wanting to do, justify something or talk about this or that, like whatever it is, just know that's just old. It's not real. It's just old momentums, old thought patterns. And so what we're practicing is we're practicing just declaring this really clean, simple sentiment of loving money. In the same way you might declare you love pizza, you love sleeping in, you love a sexy evening of some sort. I love money. So let's just wiggle into that a second. So everybody just find the crispness and the clarity of the simple statement, I love money. Now, if your brain was fighting you at all, that's okay. If you trailed off and spent 80% of those seconds thinking about something else, that's okay. If you were aware of your brain wanting to put some addendums or fine print to the statement, that's actually great because you are now observing your brain. One of the ways that we uh one of the ways that we break the connection from thinking that the brain is who we are is by observing. We are not our brain. We are not those thoughts. Those thoughts are just neurotransmitters. They're just chemicals, they're just neural pathways in the brain. So all of those thoughts are not us. And the more we separate, the more we build and create a separation between those thoughts and who we are, the better, because we take the energy away. And so if you were to ask, well, if I'm not those thoughts, who am I? We start playing around a little bit more with Eckhart Tolle's language, and we can go into that we are not the thoughts, we are the observer of the thoughts. So as we start learning to observe what our brain is doing, we create that separation and we start being able to there's some word I'm trying to like you take the power away. You start putting gas into the engine. When you start becoming the observer of the thoughts, they become less emotionally charged. So, spending 1 minute, sometimes you might think in meditation or an exercise like this, oh, I wasn't meditating because my brain was going wild. Well, if your intention is watching your brain go wild, that is meditation. Meditation is rarely a brain that is silent. Meditation is usually us, the observer, being in the present moment, watching the brain. And the more we become the observer of the brain, over time, the brain does start quieting on and it stops fighting us so much. And so you might then have more and more meditation time with a quiet mind. However, the mind being quiet is not the definition of meditating. Meditating would be sitting and watching your brain do whatever the fuck your brain wants to do. And so I'm just explaining this so you realize that no matter how that 1 minute was for you, it was useful time, really useful time. And the more and more and more you do an exercise for that 1 minute, you do a future casting for that 1 minute, and you go deep, the quicker you'll get into that juice, the more you'll build it up. So let's do one more time. The essence, the pure essence. Now, if you quit halfway through last time, that's okay. Go easy on yourself. Let's just see if we can really go in and do a minute. I remember reading in the Amanda Frances Rich as Fuck book, she said something like, I do believe that we can change our entire time in 2 minutes a day. What she's talking about is 2 minutes a day spent like this, like 2 minutes of really intensely focused energy work done day in and day out can absolutely be enough to change our energy. Now we strive and go shoot for going beyond that so we can speed things up a little bit. However, at the very minimum, if we're just creating a little bit of space so we can set a timer for 1 minute 2 times back to back and go deep into a future cast or go deep into brewing up a clean sentiment like I love money, that's still good. So if you have a busy day and that is all you do, you can claim full energy points for the day. So let's just find that again. Ready? Let's just first find that essence of the thing you love. I love whatever it is that you can just say unapologetically. I love ice cream. I love pizza. I love napping. I love braised broccoli and a steak. I like whatever it is. I love an exercise. I love like holding hands. I love like whatever is easy where you can just say it. I love pizza and beer. I love it. And in that crisp way, let's just drag that crisp, definitive statement into, I love money.